You know, in a world that is constantly testing our patience, we're always looking for solutions out there, somewhere else. But what if the real key to lasting peace isn't about changing the world at all? What if it's about understanding this one stubborn, impulsive part of our very own mind? Let's dive into that.
I mean, we've all been there, right? You're stuck in traffic and you just snap. Or maybe you're stressed out from work and before you even know what you're doing, you're grabbing for that bag of chips. It feels totally automatic, almost like someone else is calling the shots.
Well, it turns out, in a way, something else is calling the shots, and we're going to give it a name. That, my friends, is your donkey mind. It's this brilliant metaphor for that part of us that's just running on old, outdated programming.
Now, let's get one thing straight right away. Having a donkey mind isn't a character flaw. It's not some evil part of you that you need to fight. Honestly, it's more like an untrained puppy. It's just a habit-driven part of your mind that really needs a little bit of guidance.
So what is it exactly? Well, think of the donkey mind as your brain's autopilot. It's always going to default to the easiest, most comfortable path, especially when you're under pressure. It's basically an ancient survival system that was built for a totally different world. And now it's reacting to a critical email like it's a saber-toothed tiger.
So if we're going to train this donkey, the very first step is learning to spot it in the wild. We have to recognize its patterns. So what does this donkey mind actually do all day? Let's look at some of its classic moves.
See if any of these sound a little familiar. The donkey mind is impulsive. It wants that immediate gratification, whether it's shopping or snapping. It is incredibly stubborn. It hates feedback and loves to say, "This is just the way I am." It's a professional at blaming others, or fate, or destiny, anything but itself. And oh, its absolute favorite thing to do? Procrastinate, especially on the very things that would actually help us feel better. But here is the absolute game changer. This is not a life sentence. As the source material puts it so beautifully, this part of your mind is simply untrained. You can train it. You can educate it. We can teach it a whole new way of operating and move from just reacting to everything to acting with real awareness.
Okay, so you're probably asking, great, but how do we actually do this? And the good news is, it isn't some vague, mystical process. There's actually a super clear 4-step path to taking back control.
So, step 1 is simple. You listen and you learn. You just absorb the principles. Step 2, and this one is critical. You actually think about it. You contemplate and reflect on your own thoughts, your own reactions, every single day. Step 3 is where the magic happens. You start to practice discernment, which is just a fancy way of saying you separate what actually happened from the story your donkey mind made up about it. And finally, step 4, you actively cultivate those inner treasures like calm, resilience, and trust in yourself.
Now, I want you to think about the return on investment here, because it's kind of mind-blowing. We'll spend, say, 10 years or more studying to become a doctor, which often leads to massive stress and a mountain of debt. But training your mind, we're talking about maybe 5 to 6 months of daily practice, and the reward for that is lasting peace and freedom. The ROI is, well, it's just off the charts.
And the best part is, you don't need to block out hours and hours of your day to get started. All it takes is one simple but incredibly powerful tool to begin rewiring your perception.
The Source gives us this tool called the Mangala Charan Mantra. And I want you to think of this less as a religious chant and more like a psychological exercise. It's a mental anchor that helps you shift from the noise and illusion of the donkey mind to a state of real, grounded clarity.
Let's just break down what it's actually doing. It's helping you make 3 core mental shifts. First, moving from the unreal stories our ego tells us to what's actually real. Second, moving from the darkness of just being ignorant about our own minds to the light of self-awareness. And third, moving from that feeling of limitation and fear to a feeling of freedom and inner security.
Here is the absolute perfect metaphor for how this works. Imagine you're in a dark room and you're terrified because you're convinced there's a snake in the corner. Your heart is pounding. And someone flips on the light and you see it was just a coil of rope the whole time. Now, the object itself didn't change one bit, did it? The only thing that changed was your perception. And in that instant, the fear just vanishes. That's the power we're talking about here.
And when you practice this consistently, something pretty profound starts to happen. A real transformation begins. You slowly start shifting from a life that's run by the donkey mind to one that's guided by what we can call the wise mind.
And here is the most crucial takeaway of this entire explainer. Your anxiety, your anger, your stress, they are not facts. They are your interpretations of events. And you know what that means? It means you have 100% control. You can't always control what happens to you, but you can always control your interpretation of it. And what's the payoff for doing this work? Oh, it's immense. We are talking about a deep, unshakable inner calm, a real resilience to whatever life decides to throw at you, a profound trust in yourself, and maybe best of all, real freedom from all those impulsive reactions that used to run your life.
So this all really boils down to one fundamental question you've got to ask yourself. Right now, in this moment, who's in charge? Are you consciously steering your mind, or are you just a passenger strapped in for a ride being controlled by old habits and impulses?
Because ultimately, this isn't about trying to get rid of the donkey. It's a part of you. The goal is just to stop letting it wander around aimlessly, dragging you with it, and to finally, consciously, take the reins.